This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It's unfortunate, really, that we have to have a training for places of worship, a place that many of us look at as sacred and as safe.
And now at 5 on this Friday, getting ready to survive a possible active shooter incident in a place where you are not supposed to be afraid.
A new allegation in a lawsuit involving the state's attorney general, but this claim is aimed at someone else inside the State House.
And making music for the ear could help make money for your wallet. Today at Hiring Hoosiers, building the foundation for a career in the music industry. Good morning on this Friday, August the 23rd. I'm Rafael Sanchez in for Meredith Barrick. It's going to be a great Friday.
Yes, we're so excited that it's Friday. I'm Lauren Casey, and Todd Clausen is with us right now to break down your forecast, because this is really the cherry on top of the weekend.
You know, it's going to continue all the way through the weekend, this nice weather. So if this is the weekend you kind of picked out at the beginning of summer to make your plans, you are in tip-top shape. You hit the lottery. All right, outside right now, we have a few showers that are in our extreme southern counties. So for those of you in the Seymour and the Bedford area, there are a few showers. They're basically moving from west to east, though. They're not going to advance any further to the north. So that's good news for Bloomington, Greensburg. But you are hanging on to a little more in the way of cloud cover this morning compared to northern locations where it's completely clear. But that front continues to push down to the south. So even if you are waking up to just a little bit of cloud cover and maybe that shower in southern locations, you just got to be a little bit more patient this morning compared to the rest of us for the sunshine to break out this morning. A little bit warmer where those clouds are in place. 70 in Bloomington right now compared to the clear skies to the north. Peru at 60 degrees, 61 in Tipton. But by the afternoon, everybody's enjoying sunshine from that point forward. It's a beautiful day for us with high temperatures in the upper 70s, low humidity. This evening we have plans. It does cool off quick. More on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on your Friday morning drive. A reminder, we still have that closure on the southeast side, and that's going to last through your weekend. So that's a change from what we were originally told, and that is due to the weather. Let's take a look, though, over on the northwest side of town, the opposite side of town at your delays. There's no problems there on the dog leg. Traffic is moving along up to speed. Taking a look over here at I-70 and West Street as you're approaching the downtown area. Traffic is moving along smoothly, both eastbound and westbound. No problems here or no crashes to slow you down at this hour.
The time now is 5:03, and this morning, a lesson in survival. Law enforcement is teaching religious leaders what to do when faced with one of the worst possible situations.
That's right. And this weekend, places of worship will learn how to prevent and prepare for those active shooter attacks. RTV6's own Cameron Riddle shows you how one Indianapolis church is making changes to its safety plan after a recent close call with gunfire.
There used to be a saying, the doors of the church are always open, but after numerous tragedies in public places around the globe, security has changed, and now the doors of the church are always locked.
We no longer open our doors. You have to buzz in and tell us who you are now to come through our doors.
Security is now top of mind in American churches as mass shootings continue to occur in places police call soft targets, where it is easy to harm a lot of people in a single place.
Unfortunately, in these days and times, though we are still a welcoming community, we have to take certain precautions now as a result of the gun violence.
Reverend Clarence Moore is the lead pastor of New Era Church, a prominent place of worship in the black community, located next to Interstate 65, just north of downtown. Those characteristics alone make the church a potential target. Combine that with a few recent experiences, and the church is getting proactive, hiring security and practicing for the worst.
We've had a series of things that have taken place here at New Era Church that have caused us to up our security. And one was right after church. We had a member coming through the doors, and all of a sudden a bullet comes through the door. And so when someone shoots at a church, that tells you the kind of society that we live in.
With experience and reality in mind, members of the church security team will be listening closely to the advice given by police at this weekend's active shooter seminar. Donna Hayes, the church's head of security and longtime Indianapolis police officer, has already made changes to the building's safety plan, including limiting access to doors, patrolling the church during services, and teaching church members, including children, how to run, fight, and hide. Hayes warns danger could walk in at any minute and preaches being both protected and prepared.
What I would say to a church is that they need to look at South Carolina. They need to watch the Walmarts. They need to look at the large department stores or the nearest McDonald's. It has happened and it has touched everyone in this nation and in the world.
Working for you in Indianapolis, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
Cameron, thank you. Well, IMPD and the FBI are urging clergy and security leaders from all faith communities to take advantage of Sunday's training. The training is free and it will be hosted at the Indianapolis Hebrew Congregation on Meridian Street. The seminar starts at 3 p.m.
Expect extra security at the headquarters of the state's largest public housing agency. This comes after a veteran facing eviction from his home threatened to shoot people at the Indianapolis Housing Agency office located on Meridian Street here in downtown Indianapolis. Employees were forced to shelter in place on Thursday. However, police found and detained the suspect. The offices will reopen to the public this morning. Investigators are asking for help finding a man accused of raping a stranded driver in Monroe County. The victim says the vehicle stalled on Tapp Road near Rails Place early Tuesday morning between 3:30 and 4:15. Another driver stopped seemingly to help, but then sexually assaulted the victim. And the suspect is described as a man with a thin build, shoulder-length blonde or light-colored hair that's thinning or bald on top, between 5'5" to 5'10". If you have any information, you're asked to call the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and that number is 812-349-2861.
At 5:07, an elementary school health aide in western Indiana is accused of stealing prescription medicine from a student. Lydia Stevens of Terre Haute is 40 years old and works for South Vermilion Schools. State police say that she's been under investigation since May. That's when administrators at Van Dunn Elementary School reported that prescription medicine belonging to a student had been stolen. Police say Stevens was arrested on Thursday and charged with 2 counts of theft and possession of a controlled substance. Well, Raphael, do you have a favorite artist or maybe a song that you listen to on repeat?
I do. And in Indiana, we have a number of people that come from a long music history.
Yes.
The Jackson 5s, Babyface, and now students are using their talents to make music while working in the classroom. And this morning, of course, we find our own Erin Lish live at the J. Everett Light Career Center with more on their music and education program. Are you going to sing for us this morning, Erin?
You know, I did that in a talent show when I was a kid, and that was when I was just really cute and little, but not anymore. I don't have that talent. But you know who does? Taylor Swift. She just dropped an album or song yesterday, and it already has 4.5 million views on it. So she's a really talented singer, and there's a lot of talented kids here. So it's kind of hard to break into this type of industry. And with all of that talent, there are some skills that they actually get to learn here at their music and production class. So when you do come here, they have this program, and what they learn is a solid foundation on how to use those mixing skills and those digital auto recordings. They also actually use industry standard software to make songs that actually play on the school's radio station. Students will work on music composition, sound editing, engineering, and in that process, they get to show their creativity. Their major project is creating their own album and doing a live concert at the end of the year. Instructors say this will get college credit along with certifications and editing software like Avid, and then that really puts them on the right track to a music career.
We emphasize that it takes passion, grit, very hard work, and determination along with networking. Those things are just key, and I try to preach that all year long for those who are very, very interested.
so what's really interesting about this, he says that this really puts students ahead of the game. They're getting them 6 months recording schools or 4-year college. They are just ahead of all those other kids that might be coming out of school. And he also points out that maybe you are that great musician, but there are other opportunities out there, like a sound engineer, a tech, or even a producer. And we're actually going to hear from one of those students that might be going one of those routes in their future. And we're actually going to head inside and see that setup because it's pretty incredible. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
Erin, thank you so much. It isn't quite fall yet, but it is football season here, and at RTV6, that means Friday Football Frenzy. We kick off our coverage of high school football season less than an hour from now at Bishop Chatard High School. Our Alyssa Donovan had a blast there last year, so as you can imagine, she's headed back in the next hour to help the students get fired up for their season opener against Brebeuf. We wish them all the very best. Of course, time now is 5:10, and the weather will be simply perfect for anything this weekend. Football, softball, you name it. Todd Clausen's going to make you happy.
Yep, pick your outdoor activity and go for it. You don't have to worry about anything weather-wise here in Bishop Chatard. I've been there where Alyssa's heading, and they know how to throw a party this early in the morning, so make sure you stay tuned for that coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. 68 degrees right now. That's in the city. It's a lot cooler in some of the outlying areas to the north here where the skies have cleared, a little bit warmer to the south where you notice there's a little more in the way of cloud cover. And we also have a few scattered showers moving across southern Indiana as this cold front continues to work to the south. If you're seeing a spot shower here this morning or a little bit of cloud cover, do not worry. That moves out quick. It turns into a mostly sunny day for us. High temperatures will be in the mid to upper 70s. And this evening, it is a Friday. That means fireworks after the game at Victory Field as the Indians kind of are wrapping things up here for the season. Grab a jacket, but a beautiful night for baseball starting in the mid 70s, falling into the 60s as the game comes to an end.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Next here on Good Morning Indiana, another public official accused of possible sexual misconduct. It's a new allegation that's tied to the lawsuit filed against Indiana's Attorney General.
And while the talk this week has been about his proposal to buy Greenland, coming up we'll show you how the president has been pushing new immigration policies under the radar, including one policy that's long been considered settled law. The time now 5:12. You're watching Good Morning Indiana.
Weekdays at 9 on RTV6.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 5:15 on your Friday, and here's a live look at your drive here on the south side, I-65 and I-465, the interchange down there. Traffic is moving along just fine through this area. Don't forget, we still have that closure on eastbound I-465 from this area on up to I-70 on the east side. That closure is scheduled to last through Monday at 6 a.m.
The time now 5:15, and new this morning, more than 24 people are hurt after a light train derailment. This happening in Sacramento, California. A witness says the train left the tracks after colliding with another train car. Ambulances are taking the injured to hospitals. A fire captain said in a video posted to Twitter that fortunately none of the injuries appears to be life-threatening. This morning, there are new allegations stemming from the lawsuit against Indiana's Attorney General. However, these claims are aimed at another state official.
An amendment to the lawsuit accuses Hill of sexual harassment and retaliation now includes an accusation against a Democratic state lawmaker. The Indianapolis Star was the first to report that the claim is coming from one of the 4 women who accused the Attorney General of groping them at a bar last year. Samantha Lozano, the legislative aide for the House Democrats, told staffers last spring that the lawmaker had made unwanted advances toward her. The lawmaker is not named in the court documents, and the filing does not say whether the House Democrat caucus took any action.
Right now it is 68 degrees in Indianapolis. The Trump administration has been pushing several new and controversial proposals when it comes to immigration this week. The latest idea appears to run counter to the Constitution, and that's according to the U.S. Supreme Court precedent. The president says he is seriously considering ending birthright citizenship. It's the concept enshrined in the 14th Amendment, guaranteeing citizenship to anyone born in the United States. The president says he does not think children of undocumented immigrants should have that right.
You walk over the border, have a baby, congratulations, the baby's now a U.S. citizen. It's frankly ridiculous.
Also this week, the White House released a policy that would allow the detention of migrant children indefinitely, something that's been outlawed by the courts in the past.
Well, imagine finding this unwanted intruder. A man in southern Indiana had to call for help after he found a large timber rattlesnake hiding in his garage. Conservation officers with the Department of Natural Resources responded and spotted 2 other timber rattlesnakes nearby. Yeah, that type of snake is considered endangered, so you're not supposed to harm them, even though it may be tempting if you find one in your garage. The department says that it is one of 4 venomous snakes that are found in our state.
Time to move. Time to move.
No, thank you. Oh. And my dad saw this story yesterday, Raphael, and he is so afraid of snakes. He said, I'll hibernate in the house till winter.
And hopefully that homeowner has no mice, because then that's a hungry snake. So that's a good thing about having snakes that size.
Oh,
time now, 5:18. Todd Clausen.
Yeah, I'm with Mr. Casey.
Keep me out of there.
I don't mind spiders. I don't mind bugs one bit, but snakes, you'll see me run faster than you never seen me run before, Raphael. All right, outside right now, we're kind of a split state right now. We have clear skies to the north. We have clouds down to the south, and we also have a few rain showers here in southern locations. Those showers, though, are just basically moving from west to east. They are not going to advance to the north, so if you're not seeing any rainfall right now, you're not going to see any throughout the entire day, and this cold front will continue to push those rain showers off to the south. So for some of you here in southern locations, you've got to be a little bit patient here this morning with a spot shower or 2 and a little bit of cloud cover, but Indianapolis will be into full sunshine by probably 9-10 o'clock here this morning. Then those clouds continue southward by 3 o'clock this afternoon. It's a beautiful day for everybody. Partly cloudy skies, low humidity, and lots of sunshine here as we go into the evening hours. It is a super pleasant. In fact, some of you, and I'll show you here these temperatures in just a second, may want to kind of dust off that jacket, find it in the closet here, as temperatures will be dipping possibly into the upper 40s in some locations come tomorrow morning. There's the view from downtown to the north. 68 degrees right now is the current temperature in Indianapolis. Sunrise this morning is at 7:05. We're at 60 in Peru, where the skies are clear. 61 in Tipton, where we have more in the way of cloud cover. Temperatures are still in the 70s this morning in Bloomington. But here's how it breaks down for you hour by hour throughout the course of the day. 73 degrees by 11 a.m., about 75 by 1 p.m. At that point, skies should be mostly sunny. Then high temperatures this afternoon will be in the upper 70s for us across the area. Now, big concert this evening up at Ruoff, and that is Jason Aldean. There's going to be a lot of people up there, and it's a great night for a concert. Temperatures starting around 77 at 6 p.m. as you're heading up to Noblesville, and then eventually cooling off into the 60s here by 10 p.m. once that sun sets. And then look at the temperatures come tomorrow morning. In northern locations, getting really, really close to the upper 40s in Lafayette as well as Peru. A little bit warmer in the city at 57, but a good opportunity to open the windows, give the air conditioners a break, and let that nice refreshing air in. Tomorrow's forecast, it is spectacular. Mostly sunny skies. We start off cool, as we mentioned, but with a lot of sunshine will warm to high temperatures that'll eventually be in the mid to upper 70s. Sunday, mostly sunny, still low humidity, up to 81 degrees. And then we get back into the daily chance of some thunderstorms with higher humidity and temperatures in the 80s starting on Monday. Lauren?
All right, Todd, thank you so much. Let's take a live look right now at a pretty busy spot for our morning drive. I-69 at 82nd Street in Castleton. You can see those flashing lights in your screen. This is an active construction zone this morning. We can also tell you that there's a lot of patching and repairing happening on I-465 near this area. So if you're traveling on the northeast side, you'll just want to use caution this morning. Let's take a look at our Traffic Now map, and I'll show you those delays. First, we have some delays here on the northwest side, northbound I-65 for some road work here near the Dogleg at I-865, and this is what we're just showing you. You can see the northbound lane's actually the slowest at this hour, heading up to 82nd Street, so give yourself that extra time. Well, his trial for a gruesome murder came to a sudden end, but that case is not over. Coming up at 5:30, why prosecutors will have to bring a suspect to trial one more time.
And the Boomstick has an announcement to make. Next on Good Morning Indiana, a special guest brought to give some fantastic news to a college kicker. You have to see the story when Good Morning Indiana returns right after the break.
Join the fun at BobFest 2019.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana. It is 5:25 on your Friday, and if you're heading out the door right now and you travel on I-69, a heads up, you can see lots of flashing lights on your screen. A major construction project happening right now, impacting both northbound and southbound drivers. We just learned from someone that works here with us at RTV6, they're not letting drivers get on Binford Boulevard. So that might change up your commute at this hour. Of course, we'll continue to monitor this spot and keep you updated throughout the morning.
Boys, I hope you've had an incredible practice at Lucas Oil Stadium, the house that legends built. Nate Snyder, congratulations, my brother. You are officially on full scholarship at Indiana University.
What an awesome moment for Nate Snyder of IU. The Center Grove native was a walk-on kicker for the Hoosiers just a couple of years ago. He's enrolled in the Safety Management Graduate Program, and now his hard work has paid off with a full scholarship. The Hoosiers open their season against Ball State at Lucas Oil Stadium 1 week from tomorrow. Wow.
Congratulations.
Yeah. To have Pat McAfee do it,
right.
wow,
Yeah,
again.
very cool.
So we wish him all the very best.
In the
So
Pat
Trojans, the
McAfee
Center
way,
Grove
right?
native. Yeah, the Pat
All of a
McAfee.
sudden he just pops up on the big screen.
Yeah, with the shades.
Soil. Here we go. But yeah, like you said, local guy, right?
I know.
Grove.
I was like, he looks familiar.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Outside.
Best of luck to all those college teams that are kicking off next week. All right, outside right now, we got high school games starting this evening, and more on that coming up in the Friday Football Frenzy. Should be a great night for football. Great morning for you as you get out the door. Partly cloudy skies here this morning, giving way to mostly sunny skies by the noon hour. Then plenty of sunshine this afternoon, and highs that'll be in the mid to upper 70s. Time's 5:27. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Good Morning Indiana in just a few minutes.
Only on RTV6 News.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
A local group says that more should be done to prevent guns from getting into high schools.
And this morning, what they're calling for, Lauren, and how state dollars could make it happen. And Indigo Red Line is preparing for passengers.
Yeah, working for you. We're getting a first-hand look at the new buses and how those lines will operate. But first, it's Friday. We need to talk about our forecast.
I love the view, and today in Indianapolis, of course, Jason Aldean will be at Ruoff. High school football frenzy is going to kick off.
Yeah.
It's Friday, so TGIF and Todd Clausen, you have a picture-perfect forecast.
Yeah, it's been kind of a rough week with humidity, thunderstorms here and there, and the chance of severe weather the other day, and we did have those thunderstorm warnings. We're making up for it today and into the weekend. As Raphael was alluding to, it's going to be beautiful for any outdoor events. 70 right now in Bloomington, 68 in Indianapolis, but let's head into northern locations here where it's running a little bit cooler, and that's because your skies have already cleared down in the upper 50s in Logansport, 60 in Kokomo, so it's really, really comfortable. Storm Team 6 radar has a few showers on it here down to the south. They're moving from west to east, though. They are not advancing to the north. So for some of you in the Seymour area, down in Bedford, you are seeing some rain this morning, and the rest of the area up to Indianapolis is seeing a little bit of cloud cover. That all moves out this morning, and by this afternoon, everybody is mostly sunny with temperatures that will top off in the mid to upper 70s.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We want to take a look at traffic right now. An area you may run into some issues at this hour is I-69 here on the northeast side, especially here near 82nd Street in the Castleton area heading to the I-465 ramps. We know that we have a lot of construction in this area right now, and some of our crews here at RTV6 say that they're blocking people from getting on Binford Boulevard, so that could change things up if you're heading out early this morning. Just use caution and take it slow and watch for those workers. Plan ahead. Let's take a look right now at our Traffic Now map. You may also run into some delays. It looks like heading northbound on I-69 up to Hamilton County, so a heads up to that. And we also have some delays showing up here on southbound I-65. This is kind of changing up, likely due to some construction in the area, so we'll continue to monitor this and keep you updated. But let's take a look right now from our INDOT traffic camera on the northwest side of town, I-65 and 56th Street. Traffic in this area looks to be moving along smoothly. Of course, we'll keep an eye out for any crashes or delays. Raphael?
The time now is 5:32. A school safety group formed by parents in the aftermath of the Noblesville West school shooting wants the state to do more to prevent violence. And so far this month, there have been at least 5 reported cases of students bringing guns to schools across central Indiana, from Muncie to Indianapolis. The group, Noblesville Stands Together, is calling for security changes in schools, resources to address the emotional health of children, as well as responsible gun ownership.
We have gun owners in our group, several of them. I have hunted. I enjoy shooting sporting clays. The problem is not guns. The problem is the fact that people who should not have guns have too easy access to guns.
And putting this all in perspective, every school district in our state is required to have a school safety specialist. And after the Noblesville shooting, the state legislature passed a bill that increased safety funding by $5 million each year for the next 2 years.
At 5:33 this morning, students and staff at a Greene County school will not attend class after being forced out of their building yesterday afternoon. The closure surrounds a hazardous material incident at Eastern Greene Elementary Middle School complex east of Bloomfield. The Greene County EMA director says several people were in area hospitals for observation, but no major injuries were reported. Authorities are still working to determine the cause of this incident, but they say it's not related to a gas leak. Eastern Greene school officials say nobody is being allowed into those buildings until the air quality can be tested.
It is now time for Hiring Hoosiers, and dropping a new song less than 12 hours ago, Taylor Swift already has more than 4.5 million views on that music video. And maybe your child has a big dream of making it big like her someday in the music world. RTV6's Aaron Lish is live this morning at the J. Everett Light Career Center, where students are actually getting the experience needed to help them become successful in the music industry. And Aaron, Call 6 Investigates has learned that you used to play piano a couple of years ago. What up with that?
Yeah, when I was growing up, I was pretty good at it. I even have my little keyboard at my apartment. We do a little bit of Elton John, but you know, I'm feeling the guitar this morning. You know, if your kid can shred like Jimi Hendrix, or if they're on their way to being a DJ like, you know, Steve Aoki, this is the place to be, because this is the music and production class here at J. Everett, and kids are really learning all about the music industry.
Felix, the producer, making all new types of music.
Students get inspired by their favorite rappers and producers.
Every time I listen, like, oh God, I wish I knew him.
This creativity is happening in the music and production program at J. Everett Light Career Center.
The thing that you could improve is consistent levels throughout. Okay.
Instructors let students use Pro Tools software to make mixes, which is a music industry standard.
Students who take our class are ahead of the game when they go to the next level, whether they go to a 6-month recording school or to a 4-year college.
Which draws Derek Franklin to the program.
Basically, I think that's a very unique experience. Not everybody's able to experience this.
He mixes his beats to air on their in-house radio station, getting him interested in working in the music industry.
Possibly become a producer and help people that are possibly underground rappers, like try to help them create beats.
Their major project is to have a mock record company and create an album. Teachers point out there's stiff competition in this industry.
We emphasize that it takes passion, grit, very hard work, and determination, along with networking. Those things are just key.
And through their talent and tenacity, they're hoping to make it big with the help from this opportunity.
Got the style that combines all that, yeah.
So students are getting knowledge in this music industry, and they're also saving quite a bit of money. They save about $400 through those college credits, and this is a high quality place here. They have these Fender guitars, they have top quality systems out here, so really great opportunity for these students. We're going to have a little bit more from here in the next half hour, and maybe I'll try to figure out how to play this. But for now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much there. It is 5:37, taking a turn now. It's a do-over for a gruesome Southern Indiana court case.
So the judge in this case declared a mistrial in the case against Joseph Oberhansley. He's accused of killing his ex-girlfriend back in 2014 and then eating parts of her remains. The ruling was made after a witness called by the prosecutors brought up Oberhansley's past drug use. The judge says the information could have prejudiced that jury.
At 5:37, driving around high water signs could force you to pay big time if you're down in Bartholomew County. Superior Court Judge Kathleen Corden is giving violators the option of paying a $500 fine or having their driver's license suspended for 30 days. Now, this only applies to her court. Corden says she recognizes the potential dangers and decided to take action as an additional incentive. Bartholomew County Sheriff Matthew Myers supports her decision. He says that rescuing people from high water poses a danger to the deputies and also first responders. Myers says that it's a bold move when it comes to public safety.
The transformation to rapid transit in Indianapolis is almost complete. Indigo gave reporters a ride on the Red Line bus system on Thursday. The Red Line, as you know, will run from Broad Ripple on the north side of Indy to the south side at the University of Indianapolis. It all starts officially on September the 1st. If you've never considered public transportation, Indigo is now encouraging you to give the new system a try.
September is free for everybody, and I would highly encourage individuals to try it out. For many, if it gives you an opportunity to be car light or even think about maybe giving up a car, then there's cost savings in that. But it's another option, really. It's not looking to kind of replace something else. It's providing another way that you can get around.
So keep this in mind. After the free month of September, Red Line fares will cost $1.75 for one trip. A day pass will cost you $4.
An ethanol plant near Cloverdale in Putnam County is closing up shop in October, and with it will go 50 jobs. Poet, which describes itself as the world's largest biofuels producer, notified the state that it plans to close its plant on October 18th. The company chairman and CEO is blaming the oil industry, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Trump administration for that decision. The Cloverdale facility processes more than 30 million bushels of corn annually. Well, the Indianapolis Fire Department is officially launching a program created by firefighters who are also animal lovers.
Yeah, the Domestic Animal Rescue Treatment Program will help dogs and cats in need of immediate medical attention after fires or crashes. And sometimes in those situations, as you know, pet treatment can get lost in the shuffle as families deal with injuries and the devastation. Under this program, animals will be taken directly to Noah's Animal Hospital.
So we absolutely know that this is a very chaotic time for the human members of the family, and so by allowing the firefighters to take their pets to a local animal hospital, to an emergency center that can take care of them with oxygen and overnight needs and everything, the human family can really focus on taking care of their own needs. Do they have people in the hospital? Do they need to find housing? What are they going to do about food and shelter?
And you need to know this as well, that services will not cost pet owners anything for the first 48 hours. Time now is 5:40. You have your cup of coffee is already set, Todd Clausen. Behind you, I can see it's going to be a beautiful morning. That's a big cup of coffee, bro.
It is, and we got 3 of them here on the screen for you. So if you don't like the big one, you can take the medium or small one here. But nonetheless, we're going to get you out the door here this morning with a little pep in your step for maybe some caffeine here. Starting off partly cloudy this morning with temperatures that are in the mid-60s. So there is a little bit of cloud cover that's out there, but don't worry about that. It moves out. A few of you are seeing some showers down in the Seymour and Bedford area. Those two move out with the cloud cover, and by lunch hour, it's Food Truck Friday on Georgia Street. Should be absolutely beautiful. Even if you're not heading to Food Truck Friday on Georgia Street, you live somewhere else in central Indiana, try to get outdoors for lunch, whether it's on a patio or maybe just bringing your lunch and finding a park bench somewhere to eat it. Temperatures in the mid-70s with lots of sunshine. Absolutely beautiful this afternoon and this evening for all the high school football games. We'll talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
Todd, thank you so much. 80 people being charged in connection to a multi-million-dollar scam targeting people from across the world. Next, how authorities crack down on this global internet scheme.
And Raphael, here's a live look right now at traffic up in the Fishers area and Castleton. This here is a look at I-69 and 82nd Street. Our slowest spot reported right now due to construction is northbound I-69 between 82nd Street and 96th Street. Traffic there only going about 5 miles per hour. So a heads up to this if this is part of your commute. We'll continue to keep you updated as this progresses throughout the morning. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
The official yogurt of Fueling Your Hustle.
The time now is 5:45, and now to an FBI takedown involving 80 people stealing $46 million. It was all part of a global internet scam. The crooks are accused of stealing at least $46 million through schemes targeting the elderly and the vulnerable. Authorities say they also targeted big corporations posing as personnel or vendors, then allegedly requesting payment, and because they look so real, companies, they sent them millions of dollars.
The corporation scam, where they're pretending to be a CEO and getting someone lower down on the company to send money, is actually sort of a new sophistication for them.
Authorities say they've arrested more than a dozen people here in the United States, and those based abroad could face extradition. Officials also say many of the 80 suspects are Nigerian nationals.
Harvey Weinstein is now asking for his trial to be moved out of New York City. The former film producer is being accused of predatory sexual assault, rape, and other charges. The defense argues that the media coverage of this case would make it impossible for him to have a fair trial in New York City. They are proposing the trial be moved to Albany County in upstate New York or Suffolk County in Long Island. Weinstein has pleaded not guilty to all charges. His trial is scheduled to begin September the 9th.
This here is a serious issue out west this morning. Nearly 4,000 people waking up out of their homes as a wildfire continues to spread in Northern California. The mountain fire has scorched more than 600 acres near Redding. And this morning, the fire is threatening hundreds of homes and buildings. The students and staff at nearby Shasta College have been ordered to leave. Thankfully, no injuries have been reported at this hour. Fire officials say the fire is only 20% contained. They could use some water there, as we saw earlier this week, Todd, here in Indiana, but I don't think there's any rain in their forecast. I don't think we have any in our forecast either.
No, we are going to be completely dry here throughout the course of the weekend, so that is great news. Start making your plans right now. A beautiful shot from downtown looking to the north. I did draw my attention, though, to that building there. They got some sort of light show going on there with all the flashing lights. And they got the disco going early on this Friday, though, in Raphael. 68 degrees right now is the current temperature. We're in the process still of clearing the clouds out and working the cold front through. So there is a pretty big temperature spread here across central Indiana this morning, with clear skies to the north, Peru at 60, as well as Tipton. 59 now is the current temperature in Crawfordsville, whereas the clouds are still in place to the south. Bloomington, you're right at 70 degrees. 65 is the current temperature in Greensburg. So you can see the cloud deck slowly working its way to the south, but then you also notice a few showers here across southern portions of Indiana. So if you are seeing the showers in Bedford over towards Seymour, I know it's kind of a gloomy morning for you compared to the rest of central Indiana, but as this front continues to work its way to the south, you too will see improvement. Probably takes till about mid-morning for you, but here in the metro area and points to the north, you'll be into the sunshine right off the bat here throughout the morning hours, so that's good news. And here we are on TrueCast by 10:30. There are those showers departing down to the south, and then it's just a nice mixture of sun and clouds for us throughout the afternoon hours. If you have plans this evening, you are in great shape as the skies will be completely clear. So here's how your day breaks down for you hour by hour. Mostly sunny skies throughout the day today. We're like about 73 degrees by 12 p.m. and then highs will only be in the mid to upper 70s. So we're running a little bit below normal, but with the sunshine and the low humidity, it's going to feel great out there. And then this evening, week number 1 for high school football. It's the Friday Football Frenzy. Join Dave First and Brad Brown later on this evening, and the rest of the crew at RTV6. And Alyssa's going to be at Bishop Chatard here coming up in the next hour. 7 p.m. Kickoff 73 degrees. 9 p.m. as some of these games start to wrap up. Partly cloudy skies and a temperature right around 70. And then overnight tonight, it gets cool. We're looking at 51 to about 57 degrees, with 57 being in the city, 51 in some of the northern communities. So it's a cool overnight period. In fact, I wouldn't be shocked maybe as some of you to the north get into the upper 40s come tomorrow morning, but we make up for it tomorrow afternoon. Sunshine on Saturday, 77 degrees, then a little bit warmer on Sunday, up to 81 with partly cloudy skies, and the humidity that starts to come back up Monday, and then we'll have partly cloudy skies with a daily chance of thunderstorms, it looks like, Monday through Thursday of next week. But this weekend, absolutely spectacular. Get out there and enjoy the sunshine.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning as you're heading out for your Friday. Just a reminder, we have that southeast side closure on I-465 that was scheduled to reopen tomorrow, but it has been pushed back to Monday morning at 6 a.m., so this will last through your weekend. A heads up to that. We also have slowdowns this morning on I-69, really both directions impacted by construction, but you can see some delays in the northbound lanes here on our map. Let's take a live look out in that area right now. This is in Castleton, I-69 near 82nd Street. The good news is it looks like traffic is still moving, so we'll continue to keep you updated, but there are a lot of orange barrels out there, a lot of crews working, so take it slow and keep your eyes on the roads.
The time now is 5:50, and flowers are not the only arrangements people are purchasing for funerals. Now, live streaming services are becoming a popular option. The streaming allows family and friends to join in on the service from anywhere in the world. About 20% of funeral homes across the country are now using this technology. And funeral homes can set up cameras inside to record the services, but they also may tack on an additional fee.
We still think that funerals are something that you should stop and attend. You know, we're not trying to take people out of the chapel, but what we're trying to do is for the people that can't make it there, they deserve as much of this, exposure and it's grief resolution for them as well.
After the service, families can also receive a link that they can share with friends and other relatives.
Well, the beloved movie, The Wizard of Oz, is celebrating a big anniversary this weekend. But just after the break, how one local hospital is taking an adorable trip down the yellow brick road.
You can see the video all the time. And a Western Indiana man is in jail this morning following a police chase. Download the RTV6 app right now to read more about how a farmer helped catch the man. You're watching Good Morning Indiana right now on RTV6.
Test drive at Honda of Fishers.
This weekend will mark the 80th anniversary of the classic The Wizard of Oz. He is down the road.
One of the best movies, I think. Well, to celebrate, one hospital is dressing up their newborns as some of the beloved characters. Take a look here. Pretty cute video. Babies at West Penn Hospital in Pittsburgh were dressed as the Scarecrow, the little tiny Tin Man there, Dorothy, and the Cowardly Lion. The hospital frequently dresses up newborns for the holidays. The Wizard of Oz was released in 1939 and remains still today one of Hollywood's most popular films.
So
Lions and tigers and babies, oh my.
So if you could dress up Archie, besides Dorothy, which one would be, right? Because it would be Dorothy. Which one would you dress up in?
Honestly, the Tin Man little hat is so cute.
Okay.
Probably the Tin Man. They're all cute though.
Let us ease down the road to see what Todd Clausen has. Hey, Todd.
I don't know. That lion one was pretty cute there too. So. All right. Outside right now, we are dealing with temperatures that are in the 60s and 70s across the area. There's a little bit of rain on the far southern end here of Storm Team 6 radar. That shower you see there up towards Lafayette area, that's just a false return on the radar. But there is some light rain down to the south. If you are seeing those showers this morning, they are moving out. Don't be dismayed. Your day is not going to be a wet one. That shower moves out. The clouds move out as well. And by this afternoon, skies are mostly sunny for everybody as the drier air continues to work in. The humidity is going to go down. The winds will be light. And all in all, it's a terrific day with a high of 76.
Todd, thank you so much. Security now top of mind in many American churches because of the recent mass shootings. Ahead at 6 on Good Morning Indiana, how law enforcement is teaching local religious leaders to prevent and prepare for active shooter attacks.
And the lights will come on football fields all across central Indiana for the first time tonight for the season. And our own Alyssa Donovan will be live this morning from Bishop Chatard High School with the Trojans to help kick off week 1 of Friday Football Frenzy. You won't want to miss that. Stick around. It's all coming up at 6 a.m.